Takes a heap of living in a house to make it home, a heap of sun and shadow.
From the land of the sky, blue water.
The makers of Land O'Lakes Sweet Cream Butter present Edgar A. Guest with Eddie Howard. A bit of music, a bit of verse, a bit of common sense to make your next 15 minutes a bit brighter.
From the land of the sky, blue water.
I suppose, ladies and gentlemen, at some time or another in the quiet hours, all of us think over the years and wish deep down in our hearts that we could sort out of the various things we have done, the few little fine things that should remain and symbolize us after we leave this world. I know many a winter night by the great fire I regret the hasty things that I've done and hope they'll be forgotten, and that at the close of the journey, only a few of the simple, finer little acts of mine will be remembered. It was in that mood that this bit was done. I'd like to leave but daffodils to mark my little way, to leave but tulips red and white behind me as I stray. I'd like to pass away from earth and feel I'd left behind but roses and forget-me-nots for all who come to find. I'd like to sow the barren spots with all the flowers of earth, to leave a path where those who come should find but gentle mirth. And when at last I'm called upon to join the heavenly throng, I'd like to feel along my way I'd left no sign of wrong. And yet the cares are many, and the hours of toil are few. There is not time enough on earth for all I'd like to do. But having lived and having toiled, I'd like the world to find some little touch of beauty that my soul had left behind.
There's a beautiful land called somewhere at the end of my trail of dreams. There's a glorious day called someday, a part of all my schemes. There's a wonderful path called someone who's waiting for me, it seems, just around the bend from the rainbow's end, in that beautiful land called somewhere.
Vinny?
Yes, Ed?
What would you say are the qualities of excellence?
Oh, another lesson in English. Well, Ed, I'd say that excellence means perfection, or as near perfection as human skill and industry can get.
You know, I haven't looked it up lately, but I'd say that was an excellent offhand definition of the words you just given. Now then, if we say that Land O'Lakes Sweet Cream Butter is excellent, we mean precisely that, perfection in butter making, as near perfection as human skill and industry can get.
Yes, I'd say that's precisely what we mean.
Now, in school, excellent was the highest possible marking the teacher could give us. I didn't get it very often, did you?
No.
Now, I know that The people who grade butters give Land O'Lakes sweet cream butter the highest possible mark, which, in the language of the schoolroom, is excellent. Class in English adjourned for the day.
Thank you, teacher.
When she was small, almost every night I had to be her special doctor. Every little hurt of the day was mine to kiss away and cure. Now she's older grown, and every night she runs to me with a bandaged arm or a bandaged knee, a stone-bruised heel or a swollen brow, and in sorrowful tones, how she fell and hurted herself today while she was having the bestest play. And I take her up in my arms and kiss the new little wounds and whisper this: "Oh, you must be careful, my little one. You mustn't get hurt while your daddy's gone, for every cut with its ache and smart leaves another bruise on your daddy's heart." Every night I must stoop to see the fresh little cuts on her arm or knee, the little hurts that have marred her play and brought the tears on a happy day. For the path of childhood is oft beset with care and trouble and things that fret. Oh, little girl, when you older grow, far greater hurts than these you'll know. Greater bruises will bring your tears around the bend of the lane of years, but come to your daddy with them at night, and he'll do his best to make all things right.
Little girl, come dry your tears. Let a smile shine through. Kiss me and forget your fears. Daddy's close to you. Hold my hand and close your eyes. Sit upon my knee. You are far too young to cry. Time enough, you'll see. Your own Prince Charming in just a few years will come a-riding, and when he appears, he'll take away from me that little girl to me. But Dad will smile and dry his tears. Little girl, let's see you smile. Put away all fears. Rest in Daddy's arms a while. He will dry your tears.
I guess every woman knows that it's difficult to keep butter fresh and appetizing when the weather's hot. On extremely warm days, the minute you take the butter out of the refrigerator, it begins to get soft and melt. And most women take that as a matter of course. They don't realize that there's a big difference in butter. They should take a tip from those discriminating housewives who always use Land O'Lakes sweet cream butter. As one New England woman writes, quote, "Land O'Lakes butter tastes sweeter and fresher than any other butter, and my family are ever so particular about the flavor of butter." Have you ever eaten somewhere where the meal is almost spoiled because the butter wasn't what it should be? We have often, and it's the first thing we notice. And that's the end of the quote. Now, ladies, how true that is. But Land O'Lakes butter is churned only from fresh, sweet cream. It doesn't have any sharp, strong taste. Indeed not. Winter or summer, the quality of Land O'Lakes never varies. It'll make that breakfast toast, those hot rolls or muffins, or those fresh-cooked vegetables taste just heaps and heaps better. Once you try it, you'll never want to use any other butter. So don't forget, next time, ask your grocer for Land O'Lakes sweet cream butter. Look for the Indian girl on the package.
The moon belongs to everyone, for the best things in life are free. The stars belong to everyone. They gleam there for you and me. The flowers in spring, the robins that sing, the sunbeams that shine, they're yours, they're mine. And love can come to everyone, for the best things in life are free.
Eddie Howard, I like that. I think you'd like to hear that Janet was entertaining her gang the other night and playing careless on the phonograph, and I heard her bragging, typical guest fashion. You know, my daddy knows Eddie Howard very well. Says he's on his program with her. This bit I'm going to do, ladies, is about the kind of family that I come from. Not one of the modern small one-child, two-child families, but a regular family. It makes me smile to hear them tell each other nowadays the burdens they are bearing with a child or two to raise. Of course, the cost of living has gone soaring to the sky, and our kids are wearing garments that my parents couldn't buy. Now, my father wasn't wealthy, but I never heard him squeal because 8 of us were sitting at the table every meal. People fancy they are martyrs if their children number 3, and 4 or 5 they reckon makes a large-sized family. A dozen hungry youngsters at the table I have seen, and their daddy didn't grumble when they licked their platters clean. Oh, I wonder how these mothers and these fathers up to date would like the job of buying little shoes for 7 or 8. We were 8 around the table in those happy days back then. 8 that cleaned our plates of pot pie and then passed them up again. 8 that needed shoes and stockings. 8 to wash and put to bed, and with mighty little money in the purse, as I have said. But with all the care we brought them, and through all the days of stress, I never heard my father or my mother wish for less.
From the land of the sky, blue water,
You have been listening to the poems of Edgar A. Guest and the songs of Eddie Howard. And remember, good butter always adds the final flavor touch to any meal. So, for goodness sakes, buy Land O'Lakes, will you? This is Vincent Pelletier speaking.
from the land of the sky, blue water.
This is a thought I get whenever I walk a garden around. A garden is a patch of ground where all his waking hours with watering can and spade, a man writes poetry in flowers.